It's NJC on your TV, here to tell the world it's not just country. Live and direct from Music City, leave your mark on the world by making history. Hottest of the hot, this is your shot to blast off your career to the #1 spot. We just wanna make sure the whole world can watch and be the helping hand to push you over the top. Country, blues, jazz, and hip hop, and we film it all down at the Hard Rock, asking the artists about their hard knocks and what motivates them to never ever stop. And it's gonna be hot, so make sure you tune in and make sure that you watch, cause it's not just country. That's what they yelling when they ask.
Welcome to the all-new Not Just Country. Each week, Not Just Country will spotlight 2 of Nashville's best music artists and bands from all genres of music that's not just country. Let's get right to it. There's lots to see and hear on today's show.
Nashville, not just country.
Our first band, Adalene, features former members from top local and nationally signed rock acts from around the United States. Adalene was recently nominated for Best Live Rock Performance at the 4th Annual Nashville Independent Music Awards. This band has shared the stage with many national acts like Framing Hanley, 10 Years, Full Devil Jacket, and Apocalyptica, as well as playing this year's Red Gorilla Music Festival in Austin, Texas.
She's got a hold on me. She's hot now, she's like 1,000 degrees. Oh my, she'll burn you from the inside. She's got the beat on me now. The way she moves to bring you down. It's obvious she's my way out. Hey little sister, let's get this out of our system, cause I miss her. But it's over now, it's on tonight. She's got a hold on me. She won't stop till she's making my heart bleed. And it's easy to give in when it feels right. Now she's the talk of the town. I know that I'm in trouble now. Well, it's easy to give in when it feels right. Hey little sister, let's get this out of the system, cause I miss her. But it's over now, it's on to now. Hey little sister, let's get this out of the system, cause I miss her. But it's over now, it's on to now. Where do we go now that we know this is all that you want? Where do we go now that we know this is going to heaven? This is all that you want. Hey little sister, let's get this out of the system, cause I miss her. But it's over now, it's on to now. Hey little sister, let's get this out of the system, cause I miss her. But it's over now, it's on to now. Where do we go? Where do we go? Now that we know, now that we know. Where do we go? Where do we go? When this is all that we
want. Nashville, not just country.
Everybody needs a place they know. Everybody needs to see the show. Everybody needs a place they know. Everybody needs to see
some spoken words, you want to rap, whatever. If you feel like doing anything, just come up here, express yourself however you want to. Shut up and sing.
Country with a rocking band, Adalene. I'm going to have the guys introduce themselves.
I'm John.
I'm Brett. I sing.
I'm Corey. I play guitar.
So guys, what brought about the name? I need to know what's the name.
It's a funny story actually. One of our guitar players who isn't here with us today, he had a Barbie doll growing up and he called it Adalene. So we kind of used that and rolled with it.
Are you serious? I would have never ever thought that. No, that's real cool. Now, how long has the band been together?
We're working up about a year, close to a year and a half. It took us a little while to kind of assemble and get together, write our first EP that we finally got out. So we're just kind of,
what's the name of that EP?
Night on Fire. We're just getting our wheels rolling, you know, getting things happening for us. So it's really exciting right now.
So what were you doing before you joined the band?
I actually was in a band called the Burden Brothers from Dallas, Texas. We put out a couple records and toured and did the whole thing. And the scene in Dallas died, and I had some friends here who invited me here. And by doing that, I met Matt Leach, and he invited me to play a cover show for his birthday, which is actually happening again in a couple weeks. I ended up meeting all these guys there, and that's how I ended up getting the gig. So.
So everybody was there at the
cover show. We were all playing in different groups, so we all kind of met there.
So and you, how'd you become part of the band?
Josh, the other guitar player, actually moved down to Nashville a little before I did to kind of get the band started.
Now, where were y'all living?
Him and I are from northern Michigan, about like 12 hours away. But he moved down here, met Brett and Johannes, and they needed a bass player, and I was just kind of looking for some place to move in the country, and I decided to pick up and move down here. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And I would think you guys have been performing for way longer than a year.
It's a little bit of just hanging out off stage.
So y'all do hang out together?
Yeah. That one cool thing about Nashville, it's got such a good, scene with the musicians. There's so many musicians, and actually, I'm actually from Ohio, and to move here to Nashville, it's just the Southern hospitality. People are just so much more friendly. So, like what he was saying, where how we met him was at a cover show, and what that is that's all the rock guys, just come together and play cover tunes. And I've met a lot of people that I otherwise wouldn't have met, if it wasn't for that. So,
the one cool thing about Nashville that I noticed is that every band nobody sounds alike. Whether it's us, November, and the Worsties. And those three bands sound nothing alike,
right.
So that's the cool thing, is there's a lot of diversity here.
That's good.
Look who decided to show up.
I don't know this guy. Who is this guy?
I missed you. What's going down?
Well, introduce yourself, because everybody else has to introduce themselves.
I'm Johannes Greer, I'm the drummer.
Well, glad to see you made it off in with the crew,
Pleasure to
man.
make it.
he always makes an entrance. That's just what he does.
Guys, because I'm always late. Well, I thank all of y'all for coming up here and being part of the show. Man, I know the show is going to be just rocking and just energetic and everything, and I appreciate y'all for being on Not Just Country.
Thanks for having us.
Very welcome. Nashville, not just country.
Hey everybody, my name is Chris Blair, owner of the Listening Room Cafe here in Nashville, Tennessee. We have become known as the best music venue in town with the best sounding room, and I'm so proud of that. But what you don't know, our lunch menu is diverse with daily specials Monday through Friday, where we feature locally grown produce and freshly baked breads. And don't forget about our $5 lunch special. I'm really proud of where we've come in the past 3 years, and I pledge to keep providing you with the best music in town. So come on down and see us real soon.
Our next artist, Erin Manning, is a Louisville native and singer-songwriter who's been wowing audiences in Nashville since 2009. Erin stands out from her female contemporaries with her comedic edge, Broadway style, and powerful voice. Her quirky jazz-inspired pop is a unique sound of vaudeville meets rock and is not to be missed. Check her out.
I think too much of silly people. If I had it my way, if there's no other way, they give their love for free and give it all to me. I know that you chose another. If I had it my way, if there's no other way, you feel so sorry that you'd come back to. I always think they're worth my time, the ones that can't be trusted. Who was I to think you were mine? But now I'm living in fear for what is left of my years, believing you would come again another time. I put it away inside my mind. My head was down with the ground, my hopes were high with the sky. When you did that terrible thing, I stopped believing that you couldn't find a nicer girl than me. I tell myself anything to keep from believing the lies that people tell. I've gotten so good, I almost believe myself. I always think they're worth my time, the ones that can't be trusted. Who was I to think you were mine? But now I'm living in fear for what is left of my years, believing you would come again another time. I put it away inside my mind. I've gotten used to my hurt feelings, but I don't feel that much older when nothing came of the things untold. I was following evil on a black night, past the darkest things I know. And in my truest nightmare, you were a monster and a liar. And now the sky, it looks a little lighter, and maybe now you'd be a little nicer than you were before. I always think they're worth my time,
Nashville, not just country.
What up, it's your boy 5'3", 1/3 of the supergroup Black Catfish. Shout out to Slim Chan, shout out to Sam Bricks. Now I want y'all to be on the lookout for this new single dropping August 18th. It's called Wonderful. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But until then, I want y'all to munch on this everywhere I go. It's in the streets right now. Go and get your plate of it. It's good food. It's all prepping everybody for the amazing album coming in December. You're perfect. Emotion, baby. It's 5'3" signing out. Black Catfish.
Live on the Green, a free 6-week concert series held in Nashville, Tennessee. This downtown event promotes sustainable living, an active lifestyle, environmental and community awareness, while providing entertainment from a diverse group of artists and bands.
Not just country in Kyle, sitting here with Erin Manning. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am excellent. Thanks for asking. So, what's been going on in the life of Erin Manning?
Just been living the dream. I don't know. I've been kind of in and out of town. I just did a tour, all of May and June. It was my first one. Did like Pacific Northwest, West Coast kind of stuff.
That's big. Big. Good to see that. You got an album out yet?
Yeah, I do. I have an EP called The Lowest One next to me, and that's kind of what I was promoting. And then actually I start recording for a second one 2 weeks from now.
Now, what is music to you? I heard you go to Belmont. Came to Nashville to go to Belmont. Was it about music? Was it to major in music?
No, I actually thought, well, I was an English major, and I had kind of thought about maybe teaching music. I quickly realized that was the worst idea in the world for me. And then like 6 months before I started to graduate, I just kind of decided that I wanted to attempt like music performance. So I don't know,
Did you do the whole songwriter, sing?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm still in that. That's really kind of what fits for me in Nashville, just because, I don't know, I'm not country, not just country. And I think that it's way easier to like get some exposure in Nashville than some of the other cities, like the bigger ones like New York or LA. But I think that at the same time, you do have to kind of fit into one of several categories if you do kind of want somebody to really go anywhere with your stuff. And even though it seems like a lot of country does come out of Nashville, that is actually not the case. There's tons of really cool bands and stuff too.
It's been a pleasure interviewing you.
Thank you.
Very welcome. If you want to hear more of this interview with Erin Manning, be sure to go to NJC-TV.com. We'll be right back, y'all.
You'd hardly recognize. We both were trying when we both would show, but that was long ago. That was long
ago. Nashville, not just country.
I was injured in a horrible car accident. I couldn't do the same thing that I used to do. From depression and loss of work and worried about how I was going to take care of my son, to now working at this great place changed my life and his life. Goodwill has helped me do that.
Give it to Goodwill, and your donation gives Tanya and others the chance to earn a living and make a life for their families.
Give a bat and ball, and you give us confidence.
Introducing Guitar Apprentice. This ain't no video game.
Up next, join NJC Stephanie Langston as she talks one-on-one with hit songwriter and performer Billy Falcon. Chances are, if you've heard any music at all, you've heard of Billy Falcon. From Bon Jovi to Trace Atkins, to Stevie Nicks, to Cher, the list goes on. You've heard a Billy Falcon song. Not only that, he invites you to his songwriting event, the Sewing Circle, performing around Nashville. Meet Billy Falcon.
I'm with singer-songwriter Billy Falcon. Billy, I know you signed your first record when you were only 18, and you're known as Long Island's own. Tell us a little bit about your history.
Well, I started writing songs when I was 9. My first song was called Nobody Likes You. Imagine that.
At 9, huh?
Yeah, I already knew. I didn't want to take the time to learn other people's songs, so I just started writing my own. And it took a longer time that way because it would be better just to rip everybody off. But I still can't entertain at a party because I never really learned how to play other people's songs. So I just started writing when I was a kid.
And a lot of your songs are from lifetime experiences. They're real heartfelt. Tell us about some of the experiences that you've gone through that have helped motivate some of the songs that you have out there.
I guess until I was in my late 20s, married, had a baby, you know, up to that point, I guess the songs I wrote were all about the experience of being that age and chasing women and the music business. And then my wife got sick with breast cancer and died 3 years later. And it was as if, I mean, God is really good, and I think for everything you lose or that's taken from you, somehow he's able to take that and turn it into something good. And when my wife passed away, at that point I was kind of this immature kid, and my biggest problem was the fact that I hadn't become a huge rock star, or I got this close and it never went all the way. And when she passed away, I suddenly realized that life gets serious, and not that I became this guy who would say I'll never waste another second. I waste plenty of time, but it's everything kind of became a little richer and more soulful, and suddenly I had a maturity of soul, I think. And it almost felt like a gift got dropped on me, and suddenly what I wrote about was more than like the selfish pursuit of what I needed. And I started writing about things that I guess seemed to touch people. And one day I got a call and said John Bon Jovi was a big fan of what I did, which was kind of weird. And a week later I was having dinner with him, his wife, and Doc McGee, who was his manager at the time. And at the end of the night they handed me a record contract. So it was like a really funny music business movie, because you never see that. You know?
Since catching the attention of Bon Jovi, you've caught the attention of a lot of artists. Talk about what you're doing now.
Oh, right now I'm having fun. What's worked for me was to do what I love. And out of that, people like Stevie Nicks or Cher or people like that will hear a song and cut it. But that's cool because you make dough, and you need to make dough. 4 years ago I started this thing, and I decided to call it the Sewing Circle, and I don't want it just to be a songwriter night. It's just that, to me, that's boring, and the only people that come to see that are the songwriters that come to see it, which it's lovely, but I'd rather not it be a night where everybody's pitching. I'd rather it be we create something. And the thing has gone through an evolution. I work with all these guys. I write with them. I'm trying to produce records on all of them. I'm making records in my house. Of course, nobody has dough to make records. And it's the most rewarding thing I do. It's just because every Thursday night we plug in, and from 10 o'clock to 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, we just sweat and we work, and it never stops. It's wallpaper, wall to wall, and the music changes, and there's no one's up on stage for more than a song or two, but it's all the same players, and the music is in the room, and there are horns and there are strings, and we'll have a guest or two here and there, but that's not what it's about. So all I really know how to do is write a song and sing a song, and I don't look to write songs with people that can make me money. I look to write songs with people I think have an ability, and that I can do something for. Because if I'm not, you know, I'm okay. I've made enough dough where I'm okay. So it ain't about that. Obviously, you want to make money, but the way I figure money comes is I do what I love. But in doing that, I meet some of the most beautiful humans, and that's what I want to do.
All right, thank you so much, Billy. I appreciate it.
Pleasure.
To find out how you could write with Billy or become part of the Sewing Circle, be sure to check out our website, NJC-TV.com.
Nashville, not just country.
What in the did you just put into the clam chowder? Tomato.
Have you had your laugh today? Check out www.cs4d.com
Safe word.
with Tim Todd, Emily Steele, Ender Bowen. Go to www.cs4d.com and blow.
Everybody needs a place they know. Everybody needs to see the show. Everybody needs a place they know. Everybody needs to see the show. I got to sit up and let's get funky. How about to set your maybe there's no medicine. If it was, you could have been tough enough to face it alone. Now you're talking mortal sin. No one wants you to pull the pin. It's nothing but the skin. Oh, well, you get lost inside your head. Well, who's gonna find you there?
If it's hip hop and urban music with a competitive edge you're looking for, look no further than Tyler Ramos, aka Latino Saints Urban Music Challenge. Tyler's competition is getting noticed not just only in Nashville, but around the nation also. Find out how you can be a part of it.
Nashville, not just country.
Do it. Sitting right here with lovers and liars. We right here on the spot and we set it on fire. Got my man over there, he got the beatbox. He plays the guitar and the piano a lot. Got a nice band right here, it's on fire. You better ask about lovers and liars. In case you don't really want to see me, you can see Lovers and Liars on NJC-TV. Fresh, fresh, fresh.